Interesting, and we're gonna do the best to answer them. During this first AMA, it should last around 1 to 2 hours, and we'll see everything during this period. There's questions and there's also updates that we're gonna provide you during this AMA. And first, I will introduce the team. The first one is gonna be
Good
Tsunami.
morning, good evening, good night, everyone. We're about to start the anime.
Tsunami, are you there? Yep, all good. Yeah, it's all good, all good. Well, we will go with Furious then. By the by now, for now. Furious, where are you? All right, let's go. Got some few issues there. Furious. Hello, hello, welcome back.
Hello, hello, I'm back. How's everyone doing?
I'll let you introduce yourself to everyone who would not know you, who would discover you.
Okay, my name is Furious, or I work on a wallet. I'm with the C++ developer for the Avian, and we have lots of exciting changes for 4.0.
All right, then we should have also the two lead devs, which is Coin Miners and Craig. I'll let you guys introduce yourself and explain to everyone what are you doing and what are you working on.
Sure. So yeah, Craig and I are both responsible as equal lead developers. I primarily take care of the European Asian regions, and Craig takes care of all of the Americas, heading round to a bit of coverage with the Asian region as well. So our primary job is to oversee the development process for Avian, and making sure that we're tasking each of our developers with suitable projects, and trying to create timelines and workflows, so we all have deadlines that we can achieve. Obviously, from initial testing and earlier versions, we're obviously keen to improve our development process, bring more public testing and other things into the fold. So obviously very excited for our first AMA, and the team has got a lot of information that we want to impart on you today, and look forward to your questions.
Yeah, likewise. I just want to say thanks for everyone taking the time from your day to come out and for this first AMA. Hopefully, we'll be able to answer all your questions and feedback with answers that you're looking for. And we do appreciate you taking the time to actually ask the questions up front, so that we had time to review and come back with answers.
Well, hopefully you guys can answer as much as possible the questions, because like most of them been regarding the development. We're gonna move to Piers, which is the dev that is doing most of the wrapping. So Piers, I'll let you introduce yourself and explain to people what are you working on.
Hello everyone, I'm Junaid. I'm working on wrapping Avian to all other cross chains.
And we also have Reflow, which is working on a mobile wallet. We will cover that a bit later during the AMA. So Reflow, I'll let you introduce yourself. Also, if you haven't seen yet, we have special token for the first AMA, which is done with the POAP. You can claim your token via the channel AMA claim. You just do exclamation mark Avian POAP, and the bot is gonna ask you to send him a DM, and then you can claim your token from there. You're gonna have to enter your MetaMask wallet address, and you will be pretty much sorted. There's a bit more than 200 tokens, so be sure to grab one of them before they are gone, because it's gonna be like only a token redeemable for 3 days, if I'm correct. And without much further ado, we'll go with the first topic, Tsunami, which is the long-term direction and vision for Avian. Yeah, sorry for my microphone issue. Apparently it's fixed, so I'll be back now on track. So I was hearing that you were discussing about the claim of the token. Have we been able to cover the long-term direction? I know we have most of it covered in the white paper. It's a lot to read. We've put effort into that since we were lacking a lot in that domain, so it's gonna be most likely covered up in there. Is there anything to add regarding that topic, Tsunami, or we've been covering everything? Alright, sounds good. I think we can jump to the much more deeper subject, which is like more like the testing. A few questions were asking us details about how we can prevent the issues we had when we started 3.0. And I think either Craig or Coin Miners, James, will be able to answer those questions and help you give you some more details about how we are gonna work on that to avoid issues and have to roll back the chain and everything. So any of you, James or Craig, can take it out?
Sure, yeah, no problem. So, yeah, as you know, beforehand, we had a few bumps in the road, mainly with our blockchain and mining. As that's now squared away and working well, the future changes that we're currently making don't touch the blockchain at all, don't touch mining consensus or anything like that. Any algorithm changes or difficulty, all that stuff stays as is. So this is functionality that's being built on top of. So what we've done is tried to change our development and our testing process to get better for public releases. So as you know, we all work on this team for free. We don't have full-time developers that work 24/7, but practically the developers that are working are involved every day, whether that's the weekend or weekdays, at least putting in sometimes 4 to 6 hours of work. So there's always a lot of activity going on. So what we've done is we started to commit smaller changes to our development branch, which you can find on GitHub under the official Avian repository. And what we do is we do kind of like every time we make a change, we do instant builds. We test those builds out first with inside the developer team. Then we push out to our wider Avian team. And then once we're happy, we then are going to try, as we've done beforehand, pushing out to the public to participate in testnet testing of the wallet. So not on mainnet, but just making sure that testnet is going okay. Once everything is looking okay on testnet, we then do internal mainnet testing just to make sure that the code is all working well. And then obviously we push out. So I think some of the, another question was how much testing will be done and will the community be invited to testnet to audit? So yeah, as I just mentioned, we're planning at least 2 weeks of internal testing inside the dev team, and then depending on progression and any kind of problems that we encounter, it may be a little bit longer, but the idea again is to push on to the rest of the team and then push out to public for testing. You can always find a lot more from public testing than you can from internal team testing, just because you get a lot more usage. Also, the reason we want to encourage public testing is to gain more feedback from the community on usability of the GUI that we're changing. You may have seen some of Furious's screenshots. He's overhauled the GUI. It's still not finished. We're still adding in some extra functionality to accommodate the wrapping of Avian, etc. But yeah, I've gone a bit outside the topic and I'm going to cover some of these other things further down the line. So another question was, will the developers who coded the 4.0 wallet be available after release for fixes if the blockchain breaks again or if there are bugs? So obviously our entire development team will be available before, during and after launch to work on any point version updates we need to make. So if any bugs are found that didn't appear in our initial testing, are patched and covered. As our next big update, again, as I've mentioned, doesn't touch blockchain consensus or mining or rewards or anything like that. It's more of asset functionality, which is somewhat separate on top of. We shouldn't expect to see any forks. We shouldn't expect to see any difficulty rises or anything. Again, it's all new functionality that we're adding on top of our existing working code. So yes, and as part of that as well, we're actively on a recruitment run for C++ developers. So if anyone listening in today is a C++ dev or knows anyone that does have those skills, we're very interested to hear from you. Likewise with anyone with Lua or smart contracting experience, because as you know, we're not just a clone of an altcoin. We're adding extra functionality into the core wallet, which other coins don't have. We're hoping to branch out across different networks. And as you can see by some of our social updates and developer updates, we're actively trying to see where we can push Avian Network next. And the kind of core thing for us right now is making sure our foundation is built the right way so we can build on top of it. And keep on growing our functionality. So that kind of covers the testing, quality and control and releases. And a lot of that you're going to see coming into fruition over this month, especially with the 4.0 release we're working on. But yeah, I'm not sure if any other questions have just come in whilst I've been speaking in relation to testing, quality control and releases. But if anyone does have any other questions on those topics or you want anything expanding, please let us know. So I'll hand back over to our Cantic to take the lead.
All right, that's pretty much a good chunk of the questions we had regarding the issues we had in the past and how we plan to solve them. The plan is not to release non-finished product like we did in the 3.0. We did some mistakes and we are trying to avoid that as much as possible. So for now, all the major updates are going to be released to public, pushed, and test as much as possible before a final release. That's pretty much the goal that we want to reach and achieve. The dev team has always been reachable. Like if you need something regarding the development and if you have a big issue, you can still reach out to via tickets or just like sending questions. So, and even when we released 3.0, the dev team was on deck and we were there spending nights to patch up everything. So it's gonna be the same for each release. Obviously, we're gonna avoid the release on the weekends like we did. So we changed that too. It's gonna be during the week to maximize the availability of the team. So that's something that we're gonna make sure to work on. We have seen different questions regarding the cross chains, specifically Solana, BSC, and AVAX. It's been looked at, and I think one of the dev, I think it's Pierre, can answer that question a bit more because he's been the one working upon that. So Pierre, can you explain to everyone what you looked at?
Yeah. So Thank you, Sunami. So basically, we are trying to get Avian on the as many chains as possible. We are introducing this by creating the wrapping and unwrapping thing in the wallet. By doing so, becoming the first coin to ever wrap its base coin on the wallet, and trying to propagate the same things on the other chains. So basically, we are already on the Polygon chain, and by the wallet 4.0 release, the wrapping and unwrapping will be readily available to do so in the wallet. And by upcoming days, we are planning to launch on AVAX and Binance Smart Chain. But and then we are also gonna get listed on the many DeFi and DEX, and we are working on many other certain things like new improved token. Basically, the wrapped Avion gives the Avion a way to get into DEX before we enable the assets and things. And when the assets and the flight plans are enabled, we are gonna transfer, like we are gonna be becoming a DEX system here also. So basically, a win-win for the both things.
I think this is where Furious is going to get involved. Obviously, working on Avian flight plans. Recently trying to look at the BSC code. He'll be the person better to give an update. If he's not able to, I'll run through what I can.
So recently, I have been working. Should I start? So recently, so as you know, I'm the C++ developer for Avian. And I recently added Avian flight plans. Avian flight plans is a scripted language for Avian that can be embedded weapons and apps. You can think it like a smart contract, but it's not exactly the same. So users of the Avian network can create assets and decide their purpose and rules independent of the protocol. To further leverage and automate the use of assets, flight, pan, flight plans can be used to assist in this task. Flight plans can allow the user to design their own protocol according to their needs, allowing further control over assets. Assets themselves alone can be transferred, minted, etc. We want to further unlock the capabilities of assets by developing a smart contract system to allow developers to have greater control and automation over assets. Although RPC commands do exist, a scripting language will allow more control and help with readability as opposed to using multiple RCP commands. Flypan can be written in the Lua programming language. Still working? And I created a documentation explaining each function so everything is clear and documented. And recently, I created a new Web3 library, which you could call it Ethereum or Binance or Polygon, the smart contracts directly from Avian flight plans. A lot of cross-chain platform and connection.
So yes, so Furious is just basically making the bridge to allow Avian to interact with these different networks. And as he mentioned, he's utilizing the Lua programming language to be able to do so. Because each different platform uses slightly different contract language. So it's all about us making it easier for other developers that are going to use our core code to do everything via RPC, whether that's powering new Web3 applications or anything else. There are multiple uses, but the whole idea is you'll be able to easily do things via RPC commands. So you'll be able to integrate with our core daemon and be able to just literally request and call upon things very easily.
That allows you to integrate Avian to your websites, mobile apps, or anything.
Exactly, yeah. And another thing that you've been working on, Furious, is kind of like a web wallet as well that will tap into this. So watch this space, because Furious is all over this with Fury.
Yes. So recently I created I'm sure you heard of MetaMask, right? That's the Ethereum wallet. So I created a wallet similar to that, a browser extension. So right now you can only send and receive, but I soon plan to add a Web3 library, so you can use websites to call in flight plans, similar to what Ethereum has. So that's still a work in progress. We have lots of left to do, but the wallet it's coming soon. The browser extension.
Yeah, and that's it. It's just making things simpler because a lot of these other platforms use complicated languages that not a lot of non-developers understand. So, like Furious said, we make a website. Some people might not even need to download the core wallet to run Avian flight plans. Yeah, so I mean, even with the latest 4.0 release, as Furious said, we haven't got the integration tied into the GUI just yet, but things like that will be made even more simpler from that aspect as well.
Great.
Kantik, do you want to lead us on to the next topic?
Yeah, I think we can. We have wrapped up most of it regarding all the cross-chain questions we had in channel. Obviously, if everyone have other questions, we can cover up those in the next AMA, which is gonna be in like 2 weeks. So if you have new questions or more questions regarding topics we talk about today, you can ask them and we can go back. We're not gonna take the same questions, obviously, because the rebroadcast of this AMA is going to be able on the socials, YouTube and Twitch. But if you have questions in the same type of topics, you can ask them in AMA question channel on Discord. For now, we're gonna move into the alternative use case of Avian, and I think Tsunami is gonna be able to discuss a bit more about it before we move into the nodes and stacking, which is like a topic, a pretty hot topic, and a lot of people have been asking questions and are wishing to see nodes in the future. So we're gonna talk about it a bit after the use case. Also, we apologize for all the little hiccups, the voice issues, and the microphone and everything. We're gonna take the feedback and try to fix everything for the next one. So feel free to share experience, obviously. All right. I think that's gonna cover up a lot of the use case and the concern that people had. We can probably move to nodes and stacking. People are expecting us to launch nodes, master nodes, and stacking, like some other project I've been able to do so. It's been told for a long time now. We are still unsure about what we want to do with it. We have been discussing it a lot within the team, and we think it would be a good idea. We tend to go for it. It could be, there's a high chance we do release master nodes in the future, but we want to do it properly, and the details is still under discussion. We want to polish up something and then address it to public before releasing anything so far. I think Tsunami, you can detail a bit more about it than I would. You had a good explanation about it during the yesterday's meeting, so I think people would understand a bit more everything we try to reach with nodes in the future. All right, that was a pretty good cover up of the node and stacking. Hopefully, we cleared a lot of people's minds, and we'll take like a 10-minute break. We are sorry for the issues we have on YouTube and Twitch, where people cannot hear Tsunami's microphone. We'll try to fix that during the quick break. After that, we will cover up few topics. The first one being exchange and fundraising. It's been something that we have been working on for the past weeks, even month. So we have more information to give you about that, and also answer a few questions that we had. And we will also finish up the AMA with like the community contribution and a few questions regarding coin miners. So we will get back to you in 10 minutes. We'll see you guys there. full bug too. My God. All right. But you should see your You should see your. You start the fundraising of new exchanges. It's been something that we have discussed a lot those past team meetings that we had, and last time being yesterday. And that's something we are gonna do pretty soon, in the way that we got a lot of answers from exchanges, and some of them being quite interesting to us. So we have selected so far 3 exchanges that we want to push up. We got accepted, so now it's just about the funds that we have to give them. So the fundraising should come anytime soon. For those wondering which exchanges we are interested into. The first one being Findbox.com, second one being Dextrade, and the last one being Asbit. Those three exchanges are quite interesting for us for the simple fact that the volume that they have all are similar. They have around 5k Bitcoin volume per 24 hour, and the listing price is around 4k USD. So that's gonna be the three exchanges we are gonna focus for now. We have contacted around 30 exchanges. Let me pull up everything to avoid giving you guys wrong answers. But for the three exchanges we contacted with all the informations of Avian, only 50% of them answered to us. For the rest, we got no feedback. So for the 50% remaining, the 15 exchanges we contacted, we still have 5 exchanges we are waiting an answer from. So it's gonna be probably added into the whole a lot of exchanges we want to get listed on later on. But out of those 15 exchanges, there was the 3 that I quoted earlier, but we still have some other exchanges. Those exchanges either have a very low volume, so they are interesting, but they are not the priority that we want to go for, and the other ones have a very big volume, but obviously they ask a very big listing price. For a lot of them, it's like close to 1 Bitcoin or more than 1 Bitcoin. So it's not something we can have for now. With time, we think we're gonna be able to achieve that, but for now, we're just gonna go for what we can achieve and what we can get listed on way easier than the others. Another question was, how many exchanges have you applied to? So the answer was there, which was 30 exchanges so far. I cannot give you the full list, but I can give you the few bits that I have under my eyes on the exchanges we got approved, which is txbit.io, xrate.me, Finex, Dextrade, Asbit, Hotbit, Buybox, Bitmart, Bitrue, and Gravix. We still under revision for Bybit, Sex.io, and Ascendex. So those are going to be added to the list of application in the future if we get approved too. But that's going to be pretty much it for this question. People were asking if there will be voting for fundraising and which exchange will be get first and second. We will try to get listed on all those exchanges at the same time. Obviously, if we don't reach the fundraise that we are gonna go for, give me a sec. Obviously, if we cannot go for the required amount that we're gonna need for all those 3 exchanges, we are gonna look what's the most interesting for us to go for, because obviously if we get like 4k USD out of the let's say 10k, we're gonna have to see which one is the most interesting for everyone at the end of the road. So, and Tsunami will help me to cover up the fundraising part. So if you can adapt to the topic, Tsunami. Yeah. The last question was regarding the coin market cap listing. If we're gonna wait the listing there of Avian to move to bigger exchanges. First of all, we already contacted CoinMarketCap and we got rejected there for the simple fact that the volume was too low. And we are working on that. And the exchanges that we are focusing now, the 3 exchanges, those ones will help us getting listed on CoinMarketCap. We are not gonna wait on the listing of CoinMarketCap to go to bigger exchanges, obviously, but the thing is, like, bigger exchanges ask for more things and ask for more money, and with the current state of the project, we cannot afford some things. So it's better for us and better for the community to get more exchanges, even if they have lower volume, than only one big exchanges and a lot of volume there. Because with more exchanges, we're gonna have more solutions and more possibility to everyone. Obviously, we're gonna go for bigger exchanges, but it's gonna come down to the road. So it's gonna be something worked on with in a time. And that's pretty much all the questions we had regarding exchanges. The next topic was community contribution, and someone asked how can the community contribute and advertise Avian, um, to make it bigger, to have more visibility. I think it's pretty simple. Everyone knows how YouTube works, how you can promote your stuff. If you are a content creator, if you do videos, you can simply explain how to get going into mining Avian, or share information about the project when we have big updates. 4.0 being one. 3.0 was a big update, and we got people covering up, who covered up that topic. And the, the simple fact of retweet, liking the video, sharing, commenting, and everything gives exposure to that person who make the video, and is doing like, um, it's giving him more exposure, but it's also giving more exposure to Avian because it's being shared over. So if you are new into the project, into Avian, and you want to get going, get your stuff going on Avian, by simply looking at videos, you will get some help on top of the help you can get on Discord. But by liking the video that you looked at, it's gonna give exposure to Avian. You can also, like, post tweets or memes on socials, and by doing so, you're gonna give also exposure to Avian. So we're using, like, some specific hashtags to help us into the algorithm. One of them being mine Avian. And also you can use the $ Avian. It's gonna help looking for all the stuff we have posted already, and people will get all the Avian posts over internet way more easier. So it's gonna be one of the things that the community can do. It's basically sharing as much as possible the videos, posting memes or whatever on Twitter, Facebook, etc., and talking about the project. That's basically how people can contribute to give more exposure to the project. Obviously, we are also on socials, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, etc., and we are trying to be as much to be active as much as possible there. But with the community being active too, it's gonna help us in the long run. So that was the only questions we had in a community contribution. There was also a few concerns about it's another topic, but there was few concerns about the bot, the Avian bot being down quite often on the Discord, and the EU Explorer being quite out of the sync from time to time. And I think Craig will be able to cover that up and discuss about it.
Yeah, so one of the things there's a couple things with the Avian bot. Right now, one of the developers is working at actually rewriting the bot so that it's more stable, has more checking and so forth in it. One of the things that Tapper Jay had asked about was using forever in the Docker container. We actually have added that now, so we're hoping that the bot will be more stable as the Docker container will not shut down on its own. The node application or the node bot will continue to run if any issues come up. But some of those issues that cause the bot to fail, we're actually looking at correcting those in the new rewrite. As for Explorer, we do have 3 Explorers, one in the US, one in Europe, and one in Asia Pac. We do run the Aquitas Explorer. Part of the issues that cause the out of sync, where it's not getting updated in one of those regions, typically happens, and it's sort of the way that the application is written. It does go out to the core wallet daemon and does RPC calls to get the information, update the database. Part of that process, it does create a lock file, and if that process fails for whatever reason, that lock file continues to hang out there, and as such, no other update will take place until that's removed. I typically, on a daily basis, go in and check that they're all 3 are in sync, and if not, I will update them so that and remove that lock file and restart the process. So typically it's not down for long, but if it does, where you are seeing one, I don't mind a ping in Discord to let us know. Most of the team members as well look at it and let me know if there are any issues. So it's something that we continue to look at and try to see if there's a way that we can improve the process, how it works, how it does the syncing, to ensure that they're all up and running. But it does use, the link that we give out there is explore.avian.network, which does geolocate you and takes you to the appropriate server in your location. But if it does do that and one of them's out of sync and you are looking for information, then just use one of the other 2. Typically, I haven't seen it too often where all 3 of our Explorer servers are out of sync. So one of the others should be fine. So it's Explorer-US, Explorer-EU, and Explorer-AP.Avian Network. Back to you, Arcantic.
Yep. The last questions were regarding coin miners, and I think the best fitted for those answer would be James himself to discuss about those questions. So James, I'll take you. I'll give you the the lead for those questions.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, so some valid points have been raised in the AMA. So one of the first ones we've got is will coinminers.com continue to be promoted via the account name posting on our official announcements for Reddit Bitcoin Talk? So just to explain, as some of you may or may not know, we didn't have set departments for a while. It's more of a team effort where we all chipped in, creating accounts or doing posts, etc., until we've got to the point recently. As you may have seen on our white paper, we've got set teams, we've got recruitment drives that I mentioned earlier, not just for development, but also for social moderation and for other teams and roles that we need as we're expanding. So I think what's happening now is the marketing team is going to be taking over posting from their accounts. However, as a lead developer, from time to time, I'll also be posting updates on AVN on our official channels for my username. My username has been something I've used across all platforms for a while now, a couple of years on some, 3 years on others, or if not longer. I think my microphone's just about to die, so if I can just put in my other headphone 1 second, and that will stop us from conking out. 1 sec. Okay, right. I think if I suddenly cut out, if someone can let me know, that'd be great. So yeah, so obviously we've got marketing team now with new members, so they'll be taking over those posts. But yeah, so I think the concern was obviously the coinminers.com name appearing. Obviously, it's not a way of indirect advertising. It's just something that I identify myself as and have done across many different social groups. I don't tend to create multiple social accounts. I'm not a social media user myself, unless it's for the Coin Miners pool. So the idea is to use one account on all my devices so I can access and see messages that are relevant to either AVN, Coin Miners, or my other uses for those accounts. So expect to see less of me on the generalistic posts, but you're probably going to see a bit more of me doing development updates along with Craig. So the next question again, still in the Coin Miners sphere, is will the Avian God Pack continue to only support, be configured for, and have Coin Miners brand all over it? So just to give some history, the Avian God Pack is something that obviously I created for Coin Miners and host it from mega.com, just like my multi-mining pack that I have. And by the way, I just want to say this isn't advertising space in this AMA for my pool. Please use other pools, decentralized, do not centralize. I just want to obviously take the time to answer these questions because obviously it's very important that we keep this neutral, show no favoritism, and anyone that's working on this project is purely for this coin and not here for any other purposes. So yeah, so the pack came from the Coin Miners multi-pack, which I offer for my pool for all my coins. When Solar started this with Torp and with Eagle B back in August last year, they approached me and said, hey, would it be possible to add our new coin, Ravencoin Lite, to your pool? I said, yeah, sure, sounds good. And then that's when the RVL test pack was created as an adoption from the multi-pack. As we moved forward, I think I was the only pool at that point in time. And then it became the RVL God Pack. And then just as our name changed, it ended up changing into the Avian God Pack. So originally it was just listed on my pool. But as we got very popular from YouTube videos, our Discord and all our socials were absolutely flooded and hammered. Sometimes even direct messages I could receive, and this is no joke, between 600 and 1,000 direct messages, all with individualistic support. So I spoke to the team and I said, well, I've got this pack here. It's got the latest wallets, it's got the latest chains, it's got all the mining software. So it's like a continuity from where we started off with the testing. And I said, well, maybe what we should do is do an FAQs, release this one pack that has everything, people can then download it, and it instantly reduced coin miner support requests. But not just that, the most important thing, it literally cut down our Avian wallet and mining support posts from down to 1/5 basically. It was like a massive reduction. For any of you guys that have been with RVL since the beginning, I was practically like a first responder for weeks on edge, like through the night. If someone tagged me, asked a question, you would have had a response from me. I literally went back to where I left off the day before and got back on. So I wanted to see this project succeed. So it hasn't been put there for any nefarious purposes. It was put there, obviously, to help support the community. It's never been advertised as a coin miners God pack, apart from on the coin miners site. It's always been listed as an AVN God pack. And I think the only references to coin miners was in the FAQ file and inside the pool configuration that we had there originally for testnet and then moving to our mainnet pools. So I think, so obviously it's been a progression and evolution of that pack. But obviously we've wanted to change things. So as with most mining software, it comes pre-populated, as I've mentioned, with my coin miner's name. However, just like any other mining software you can download from our website and everywhere else, they're usually editable batch files or scripts that you can change to other pools. So none of the mining software has been hard-coded to run our pool. We don't get any dev fees. It's just all third-party software that's just set with simple scripts to get people going. Although I can appreciate that it's only pointed at our pool, the coin miners pool, and not others. So I can completely agree with that. So anyway, the idea was to have this in place until our new pool picker comes out, which will hopefully be in the next couple of weeks. And as mentioned, we do take neutrality and community feedback seriously. So this morning we took the decision today to remove the links to the Avian God Pack from any official Avian channels, whether it's Discord, Reddit, or anywhere else, other than obviously posts, which I've done in my own platforms and under my own guise, not under an official acting Avian account. And again, we didn't believe this was an issue because coin miners is the #1 pool. I think it was at the beginning when it was the only pool. That's understandable. But obviously, us not being in the top 200, looking at mining pool stats, looking at where blocks are found, I don't think we're dominating in any way. But again, can see the concern. So this is why we've removed it. To just give you some information on the pool picker, I mean, this came about to supersede the God Pack we had created. The idea was a simple piece of software that people could download and see all active pools and generate some commands so they could get mining on their platform, and it would show them which software they needed to use. So the good news is this has practically been created. We're just finishing up the GUI just now. And the cool thing is, if you guys didn't know already, it's also baked into the Avian 4.0 wallet. So people will be able to use that directly from the GUI without having to go to any third-party sites or anywhere else, other than just to obtain mining software. So that's going to be really cool. And this kind of came about an idea I had early on when we started, and we saw a lot of centralization on certain pools. And the kind of the next stage to this is adding like hash balancing functionality. So the idea again is to avoid centralization, to ensure that all the good, legit pool owners that are out there get a share of the pie. And it helps also when you open up this application, because it connects to the APIs of all the pools, checks their hash rate, checks their miners, and it makes a suggestion to the miner. It says, well, hey, would you like to use this pool? It stops everybody. Well, it doesn't stop, because obviously the user or the miner can make up their own decision or their own minds on where they want to mine, but it helps promote decentralization and also promoting other pools that aren't being used. So hopefully that will help out in the future when it comes out. Again, helps secure the network more evenly, allows other mining pool operators to get in on the action, as well as giving our community multiple places to mine. In turn, the better balance, the better chance of all pools participating, getting good regular awards for their work. So it's all good. So obviously went on a bit in that one. The next one, again, coin miners related. Should the name GodPack be changed to something less potentially sensitive, offensive to the vow? So again, good point. As mentioned, this is like a coin miners issued pack. So obviously this is down to coin miners to work on the name. Despite this being an AVN conversation, we'll take that on board at coin miners and thinking about the naming is not to cause offense to anybody, because that's something we certainly want to do. We want to promote an inclusive community, just like Avian. So yeah, as it's been removed, that shouldn't be an issue anymore. Shouldn't the GodPack be distributed from official channels and not via third-party Elon Mega? So as explained, it was coin miners' own, created. It's just been adopted by the RVL Avian community and team to aid and support and help people get online. So all the software that the Avian team produce is open source. It's all openly available on our official GitHub page, as has our wallet from conception, as has our pool picker from conception, and everything else we're currently working on, from our mobile wallet, from Waven wrapping, and all sorts. So if you ever see any links to a wallet or to anything else that's Avian related, please always go to our official GitHub page, or you can go to avian.network and see all our official links from there. If you ever have any concerns, obviously contact an official Avian team member and we can put you in the right direction towards official links. So I think that addresses the majority of the coin miners links. I think to sum it up, it's all to do with making sure that one pool doesn't have an unfair advantage over any other pools, and to make sure that everyone on the Avian team is using the Avian socials for official Avian business. So obviously that's taken on board. Just to explain from my point, I mean, I started off as a pool op, running coin miners. When the guys approached me, they were having some trouble getting the wallet compiled, and I said, hey, do you mind if I join the team? I'm looking for another project to be involved with. So obviously I've helped early on with coding, getting some of the earlier versions out there, doing the support, as I mentioned, and I'm just really happy of where we've got to as a team. We've got some great team members. We've got some brilliant ideas. We've already made some great headway this year, and it's only going to continue. So it's really important that the community continue to give us as much feedback as you possibly can on anything. No question's a stupid question. At the end of the day, we're making this network for you and for everybody. It's an inclusive network, and it's going to be multi-tiered, have a lot of functionality. Again, we don't want to just be a simple clone coin, and we're constantly looking for ways to improve our offerings. And as Tsunami quite rightly said, we're looking at everything that's gone wrong with other projects and everything that's gone right, and also thinking to the future. We don't always just necessarily want to copy one idea. We want to try and think of unique ideas. And once we've got a foundation of our house built, that's when we can start adding other things on with more certainty. As Tsunami mentioned, there's a lot of stuff going on around staking and which direction we're going to go in, obviously avoiding proof of stake. But yeah, so anyway, I've chatted on for quite a while. I'm sure there's some other questions. So if anyone's got any questions or concerns, please raise them in any of the chat feeds that you can see across your social platforms, and the relevant team member will respond to your question before the end. Thank you.
I'll interrupt you there. Yes, Altbit is on the list, and they are asking for a listing price which is quite overreach. It's 25k USD to get listed there. So yes, we got approved there, but now we are locked on the listing price. And like I said earlier, we would rather spend those 25,000 USD on multiple other exchanges and get more exchanges than only one for the same price. That's pretty much it. All right. Does anyone have any questions from Twitch, YouTube, or Discord? If you do so, please post them, and we'll try to answer those. We'll give you guys like a 2 minute to post them. In the meantime, make sure to claim the token. There is only few left, so make sure to claim them on the Discord. You will have to, if you are on YouTube or Twitch, you will have to join the Discord and claim them in a specific channel. There's like less than I think there's around 60 left, so make sure to claim them before they are gone. We're gonna have them for the remaining coins. We're gonna have the remaining tokens. We're gonna have them an extra like 3 days, less than 3 days left to claim them if you have missed out. So make sure to claim them out. And other than that, we are still hiring in some sort. we have position open into the team, so make sure to check out the Avian contact channel with all the position in the different departments. If you think you could fit in one of those positions, make sure to reach out to us, and we will look at your profile and see if you fit the needs. Tsunami, have you seen any questions that we could answer?
I've seen one come in, I think from Twitch. One of our mods has just sent to me. So it's all around, will pools be donating towards Avian Foundation or the network? So, I mean, as a pool owner, I can answer some of this. So as you guys know, obviously we've donated before, and a lot of our other great community pools have also donated. This was all when we were back as RVL, and as you know, we had the solar fiasco. So all the donations obviously stopped. Now we've got some stability back. It's completely down to pool owners if they want to donate towards the foundation. Obviously, donating towards the foundation doesn't pay us salaries or anything like that. It all goes towards hosting costs for the Explorer, listing costs of exchanges, and just anything that we need operationally. So it doesn't benefit us, it just benefits the network and obviously our community. So from our point of view, we're thinking about adding a potential optional window. So anyone that mines with us can potentially choose a percentage that they'd like to go towards the Avian Foundation. So yes, so that's that question answered from a pool point of view. Let me just see if there's anything else or if anyone else wants to step in.
All right, if we don't have any other questions, we will wrap it up there.
So just another couple that have come in. Can we get on Coinbase? So Coinbase, just like coin market cap and other things like that, we need to hit certain thresholds of trade. So obviously, as we've outlined today, our plan is to continue getting listed on exchanges, working our way up to the point where either exchanges will just add us automatically with no charge, or we'll be in a better position to negotiate and hopefully have some more funding. As you're aware, we are actively trying to get listed by lots of data aggregators, but the main thing that helps us get listed further and move onwards and upwards is obviously getting accepted on exchanges and having market stimulation. So keep on trading, keep on letting people know about Avian. If you've got any use cases or ideas that you think would be cool to use the Avian platform for, just shout. We're completely open-minded and open to ideas, and we don't want to limit creative control to just people inside the team. So obviously any suggestions that you have will either be put forward to a community vote, or we'll have some temporary development work done on them just to see how feasible certain things are.
I would also like to add something about wrapped Avian, as many of you guys are not aware about the wrapped Avian. Wrapped Avian powers the Avian network with the flexibility of Ethereum ecosystem. Basically, wrapped Ethereum is a ERC20 token on many chains. We are like planning to develop it on the many chains, but we are already on the Polygon, so it completely makes Avian safe to use on decentralized exchanges, dApps, ledgers, and more. But the main thing is that if you wrap your Avian, if you wrap one Avian, the one Avian will be stored in the custodian wallet forever, and your token is one by one backed by Avian, and it allows you to like use case of DAOs. yield farms, smart staking, lending, and it also allows any ERC20 functionality, but it gives you the backing of the host chain Avion. So you can integrate wrapped Avion with many other projects and with complexity of multiple currencies and interoperability, and it has like many features. And we plan to cross chain Avion with AVAX, BSC, and Ethereum if it goes 2.0, meaning less transaction fees in the future. If anyone has a doubt or any use cases, they can just ping me on the Discord. I'm very happy to help you guys.
That's great. So I mean, as Mr. Pierce said there, I mean, we're not just limiting ourselves to certain platforms. We're open to ideas and future use cases. So another question that's come in is, what social channels do we have? So some of you will already be aware and part of our Discord, but also on Twitter and Reddit. Discord is our primary place where most of our communications go on, where the team are most active. Twitter's updates, Reddit, we're trying to build our community, but again, Discord is the place where we mainly hang out. We've obviously just recently launched our Twitch channel to accommodate these AMAs, along with our YouTube channel. We do have a Telegram channel that is moderated lightly, and we've recently also launched our LinkedIn company page, and we've also got a Facebook community as well. So you can find all these links on the Avian.network website. And also, if you're on Discord, you can head over to the official public Avian public network channel, and you can find all the official links under the official links channel. So any other questions, please fire away, and we'll answer these before we wrap up, because we know we're 12 minutes overdue, likely to my rambling on the last point, so sorry about that.
All right, so that's gonna be about it for the first AMA. It was quite long, and we're gonna see if we can shorten a little bit on the next ones. The next one is gonna be in 2 weeks, so it's gonna be March 20th. Make sure if you have any questions in the meantime, make sure to post them on the socials, Twitter, Facebook, or come up on Discord and post them in the AMA questions channel, and we will try to answer them in the next AMA. If none of you have any last bits to add, I think it's gonna be it for us today. It's gonna be James, Craig. Any of you want to add something, or?
Yeah, just to add to that, again, obviously we're very keen to expand our developer task force that we have here. So if you've got some time to put in each week, if you're a competent C++ coder, or you have any other relevant core wallet or next-gen crypto DeFi skills, or you're just some kind of a wizard or magician, get in touch, because your skills are what we need.
Alright guys, and it's gonna be about it for us today. We'll thank you for your participation and for joining us on this first AMA. We will meet you guys in 2 weeks, which is gonna be in March 20th. For that, I wish you guys a good evening, a good day, a good afternoon, and we will catch you guys in 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Thanks again, everybody. It's been a pleasure, obviously, having you all here today across all these different platforms. And again, just like Arcantic said, and the rest of our team, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the next AMA.
And don't forget to claim your POAP. It's like we have worked on it a lot, and I would like to see all of you guys having one.
Alright, on that note, we wish you guys a good rest of your day, wherever you are.
Yeah.
See you
Thanks,
later,
everyone.
guys.
Cheers. Take care.